Good day everyone, once again this is Mo and this is another day for another War Legends video. And for today's video I'll be doing a battle review about me versus Volond. And as you can see I'll be playing as the Light faction who will be on the blue team, and we have Volond here who will be playing as the Dark Legion faction on the red team. And as you can see, we are just both starting our game with the usual, training a lot of slaves and workers to gather more resources on the map. And as you can see, the first structure coming from me, which is a barracks, and from Volond's base we have sawmill for efficient wood gathering. And now you can see that I followed it up with a farm and with a sawmill, so I can increase my food capacity along with sawmill, so I can gather woods efficiently so my workers doesn't have to go such distance just to deliver the logs that they were able to harvest. So right now I was able to train my first fighting unit, which is a swordsman. Meanwhile Volond here is still ongoing, trying to build his first barracks. Meanwhile I was able to finish my swordsman and I instructed it to go to Volond's base. So I'll be utilizing this swordsman to spy on his base, at the same time trying to distract his unit so I can occupy the watchtower, this and this, on the lower and upper part of the map. Because as you can see here, I'm training my second and third swordsman, so I'll be assigning my second swordsman to capture this watchtower, and the third swordsman will be assigned to catch this watchtower so I can have an extended vision on the map. So for example, for in any case, if ever Volond tries to expand his base to this gold mine, I can see it and I'll be notified about it, so I can know what kind of counterattack that I'll be doing. So as you can see, while my other swordsman trying to go to the watchtower, my first swordsman here is trying to distract Volond's unit. His first fighting unit is a Kun, of course, and as you can see, I'm just walking around, trying to wander around Volond's base, just trying to figuring out what would be the layout here and what kind of army composition. And as you can see, Volond is trying to build his undead obelisk, so it means, or there could be a higher chance that he would be utilizing a gun with skeleton archers. And by looking onto that, the most primary heroes that players use with it is a eater, so there could be a higher chance that Volond will be going to utilize that kind of army composition. And as you can see here, one gun coming from Volond were able to find my swordsman here. But yeah, I tried to pull out my swordsman there because my the first treasure chest will be spawning soon, so I did try to pull them out and tried to gather them here so I can defend it and secure that I'll be having my treasure chest. And unfortunately, the cause of that is one swordsman here. So I shifted my focus from distracting him onto focusing on securing the treasure chest on the lower part of the map. And as you can see here, I'm trying to kill this one gun from Volond. And now since the other swordsman is coming, what I did here is I assigned at least one swordsman to secure this chest, and the other swordsman will be going here to try to take over the treasure chest from Volond. As you can see here, there is one swordsman and the other are trying to take over the treasure chest here, because if I'm able and successfully steal this treasure chest, it will be a massive advantage for me when it comes to resources. And as you can see, I was able to drive off Volon's goon, and at the same time we're able to steal this treasure chest. And as you can see here, Volond were able to summon or train his Eater as a primary hero. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get my primary hero, which is Muriel. And as you can see here, I'm playing quite aggressive. The reason because is that this will be the first time that I'll be playing as Muriel, and I find Muriel a very squishy primary hero. So what I would like to do is to play aggressively, but not to the point that she will die most of the time. So going back, so as you can see here, I'm trying to probe our as you can see here, I'm trying to probe around Volond base here with my swordsmen along with my archers. So I'm just waiting for my one archer and actually for Muriel to arrive before I do something. As you can see, I'm just probing around just to know what kind of army that I'll be facing. So I pull out my swordsman. Meanwhile, my Muriel goes straight to the slaves here. Meanwhile, since the other or the whole army of Volond is distracted by Muriel, I sent out my swordsman to take over or to take down the Tower of Dark Magic, and at the same time the barracks here with my archers. So the entire army of Volond is now chasing my Muriel, and I don't think that is a good thing because I was able to see an opportunity to destroy his dark tower. So because of that, I think this is a win for me, even though I lost or I will be losing a lot of swordsmen, because first I was able to destroy his dark tower, and then along with it I was able to destroy at least one barracks from Volond. And at the same time, since now my swordsman trying to distract and archers trying to distract his army, I instructed my Muriel to go to the slaves and along with his archers. So my goal here is to kill as much as possible slaves from Volond. So the main goal here is to cripple Volond's economy. And as you can see here, I were able to successfully at least kill some of the slaves, and I just let my other units die because this will be the time that I'll be transitioning also to archers and with a minimal of swordsmen and healer. And as you can see, I am no longer sending or assigning my entire army to go over for a reinforcement, because now I am preparing for the future fights. Because what I just actually did there is just I tried to trim my army, because I know that I'll be needing more room for a higher tier of units. And as you can see here, I'm trying now to build my dwarven forge, because I'll be spamming also warsmith in the future, because I was able to notice that my front lines, which are the swordsmen, are quite squishy. So I'll be needing a more tankier than the swordsman. And as you can see here, I'm trying to heal my Muriel, trying also to secure the second batch of chests here. So we have Volond here already positioned his army, trying to secure the second chest that will be spawning. So as of the moment, I'm playing safe because I know with all of the debts that I have from Volon's base, I know he will be able to obtain a lot of skeleton warriors. So as of this moment, I'm just hoping that Volond were not able to take over or claim the treasure chest. But once I was able to notice that the treasure chest is already missing, I pulled out my entire army and retreated to my base. And since I were able to retreat to my base, the next step that I'll be doing is to take over this manual instead for me to have an advantage when it comes to using my scrolls, because it feels like I'll be needing a little help from my scrolls when I did engage towards Volonds. And as you can see here, Volond is just sitting right here with his army. Meanwhile, I am making sure that I'll be getting my manual. So at this point, I was able to notice that there is a minimum movement coming from this watchtower. So that is the reason why I sent my Muriel along with my other army to at least reclaim the watchtower. Because if you are going to take a look at here, Volond already were able to take over the watchtower on the upper part of the map, and it is not a good thing to be blinded to our surroundings. So that's why we need to make sure that at least one watchtower is ours. Because for example, if ever Volond plans to or did expand his base to this gold mine, we were able to know it because we have the watchtower. As you can see here, I keep on developing my structure, so do not forget to do that when you are playing. Do not be just hooked to the fight and battles. Make sure that while you are doing that, you are simultaneously developing your entire base so you can hire a lot of units, higher tier of units, and other heroes on your sides. And as you can see, I just retreated to my base and I'm actively going around to the map. So I use my Muriel to take over this watchtower so I can have more extended vision to the map, and I use my firefly just to make sure that there is no expansion going on to this map, because for a long time I don't have any vision from it. So the next plan that I have here from Muriel is that I'll be using her to take over this manual. Meanwhile, the firefly, I'll be using it just to have a minimal vision onto Volond's base. And as you can see, there is a minimal movement coming from Volonds. There is a one skeleton archer trying again to take over the watchtower here, and one skeleton archer trying to take over or to claim the treasure chest. So while those are happening, I'm trying to use my Muriel to irritate Volon's entire army once again. And at the same time, I instructed or tries to use my army to secure the elemental mountain on this one, and at the same time to secure my treasure chest. So while I'm planning to do that, I'm making sure that I am micromanaging my Muriel. So when you are playing as Muriel, you have to make sure that you micromanage her all the time. It's because she is a very squishy champion or hero. So what you would like to do is to utilize his or her speed along with her high damage input. With this, you can waste your enemy's time, and I can tell you it is very effective. And as you can see here, I was able to take over or to capture the mountain elemental. Meanwhile, I was able also at the same time to get this treasure chest. So I think that is a win-win for me. So Volond here now is just sitting on his base trying or waiting for me to attack his base so he can have some home court advantage. And you can see here he sent his one gun to take over this one treasure chest that I forgot to take. But yeah, the siege already started, so all of my army is supporting the elemental mountain. At the same time, my Muriel here is trying to attack Volon's slave, but unfortunately that dark tower magic is placed greatly, so I have to focus on this fight, and my Muriel is down, and I'm just doing what I can to make sure that I'll be inflicting a lot of damage or loss towards Volond. And as you can see here, it seems that I'll be losing this fight. So once I was able to notice it, I pull out my army and I am trying to buy time for them to chase it, for me to were able to gather more units here on my base so I can train more. As you can see here, I'm pulling out my entire army, trying to retreat, at the same time trying to train Muriel and other archers along with Gilbert as my tank. And as you can see, I am now trying to train my wind mage. As you can see here, there are 3 archers survivor from that fight, and now I'm preparing for an attack because I think that is a win for Volond, and I think there will be a lot of skeleton warriors on his side because there are a lot of units that died on my side. So that's the reason. So I try to reposition my entire army near to the elven tree with the presence of Tower of Light magic and my artillery tower. And as you can see, I'm really trying hard to defend my base here. Fortunately, I was able to finish training Gilbert to serve as the tank because buying time is crucial at this point. As you can see, I have pending training of troops here. I have archers and horsemen. And this Ether is trying to destroy this artillery tower, but I think Ether alone is not enough to destroy that artillery tower. So my Muriel is still alive, meanwhile my Gilbert is already down. But I guess that is okay and fine. As long my Muriel is alive, I'm good with it. As you can see here, I was able to recuperate my entire army. So I think that is a successful defense against Volond's siege. So at this point, I'm trying to clear out other units from Volond. As you can see, I'm trying my best to train my units here so I can prepare for any or to the next battle that we will be having. And as you can see here, Volond is trying to pull out or to retreat to his base. Instead of sending his army, he did retreated and prepare for the next battle. And as you can see here, I was able to secure the treasure chest here, and now I'm also hoping that I can get the treasure chest here. And now Volond is moving forward towards my Muriel, and I don't think Muriel will be able to hold them off because my Muriel is not in a good shape. Look at the HP. I only have maybe around 50 health points. But yeah, because of that situation, I pulled out my Muriel and hoping my healers can heal her HP so we can prepare for the next battle. And now I started spamming Warsmith to serve as my primary tank as my front line. So from swordsman I did transition to archers, then hired or trained other units based on my needs. So I put some warsmith, wind mages, healers. So when I'm playing as the light faction, I don't usually have a set of idea. I just go with the flow. But yeah, based on my current needs. But yeah, as you can see, if you're going to take a look on the map, Volond already have the advantage or have a total control over the map. He were able to capture the two watchtower from the bottom and from the upper part of the map. So the next elemental will be spawning soon, so I have to prepare for it. So I'm making sure that I'll be able to secure the elemental mountain here. So I instructed my entire army to go there as soon as possible so I can position my army against Volond. So as you can see, Volond do have Ether, Jax, and Croc. Meanwhile, my primary hero is only Muriel. But yeah, I think the battle will be now commence, and as you can see, my archers are positioned and the warsmith on the front line. And Volond were able to use Gloom, so once Volond used Gloom, I use my scroll to increase or enhance the armor of my units. So by using that, so at least I can counter it. So as of the moment, Muriel is still alive and my entire troops are still fighting, hoping that I can win against these three monsters, Jax, Ether, and Grok. So Jax is now down. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just prolonging the battle, trying to inflicting minor damage to Grok and Ether, and I'm trying to micromanage my healer and my archers just to make sure that I buy enough time to for my other units to complete their training so I can send them out right here. So what I'm trying to achieve here is that to successfully claim the mountain elemental. So as you can see here, my wind mage is making sure that the ether and Grok is being slowed down, but unfortunately Muriel got beaten and got beat up by ether there and has been stunned, but fortunately she was able to escape. And now Volond's army were able to reach the battle. And as you can see, it seems that I'll be losing. I told you, Muriel is a very squishy hero. And as you can see, Volond were able to get the elemental at this point. But fortunately, I was able to put down Croc there. But unfortunately, my Muriel is low on health and now she is down. Meanwhile, Jack is still have a full health bars. So I have no choice but to retreat to my base so I can eliminate mountain elemental as soon as possible. So I spam my archers, healers, and wind mages, making sure that I can defend this base. And once again, the hero altar is tanking Volond's siege. So at this point, I thought that I'll be losing, and also at the same time considering on surrendering this battle. But yeah, I'm still fighting, trying to position my archers near to this Tower of Light Magic for extra fire power. And as you can see here, I was able to train or complete training my Muriel, and now she's on the battlefield trying to move again, trying to help the entire team as much as possible. But yeah, other units from Volond is already arriving to the battlefield to siege my base. But yeah, but I think a good thing here is that my artillery tower is really secured, so Volund weren't able to destroy it first because my artillery is the main point of damage against to that elemental mountain. But yeah, I think I was able to defend against Volund at this point, so I'm really making sure that Muriel is really moving around that Eater, because once that Eater got Muriel, she will be not in a good situation, because Eater's skill is enough to uh, put down my Muriel, because Muriel is a very squishy hero but do have a lot of damage input. So yeah, I was able to defend against Volond at this moment, so I'm trying to move out of my base, trying to regain control over the map. And as you can see here, I was able to encounter the skeleton archers trying to remove it, and hoping for the next elemental mountain to spawn soon, so I can go with my siege against Volond. As you can see here, I'm trying to rebuild my altar of heroes. So for in any case Muriel died, I can revive her. So at this point, we are just both sitting on each base, on our base, and as you can see here, Volond already trying to train his drills along with the catapult and necromancers. So I think I just finished healing my Muriel here. Now I'm planning to take over some control. Uh, I'll be sending Muriel to take over the watchtower here, and at the same time I'll be sending her to this mana wall so I can take it over against Volond, so he doesn't have any mana source, and that way I can use more scrolls compared to him. And as you can see, I'm spamming Warsmith, Archers, Wind Mages, and at least 3 healers on the back lane, and at least 1 Fox Rider for the catapults. And yes, you can see here, I'm instructing my Muriel to take over the mana wall, but unfortunately that mana wall is already guarded by the Gun of Volond. But yeah, I did not surrender. I just move around trying to micromanage Muriel so I can kill this Gun and take over the mana wall. And as you can see here, the elemental mountain will be spawning soon here. So I need, or I have to prepare for that. And I know my enemy need to do this same thing here. So I really need to remove this mana wall out from him, so I can have some at least advantage or leverage against him. And just to remind you all, my Muriel is just level 1. So she's a really squishy hero. And as you can see, movement coming from Volond now is moving forward towards my army. Meanwhile, my Muriel were able to take over the manual on the upper part of the map, and now I'm just preparing, positioning my army against Volond. And as you can see, the fight started. My archers are positioned, I can say, at least fine, decent. And as you can see, those drills doing a lot of damage. But yeah, I think I was able to use this scroll that can enhance the armor of my entire units, and I think that is a plus for me. And while we are fighting each other, I sent my Muriel at least to the back lane of Volond so I can take out his catapult or any squishy units at the same time. And as you can see, I was able to take over the mountain elemental here, and now still fighting against Volond army or Ether here, so making sure that I'll be taking out his Ether so I can conduct the siege successfully without any hindrance coming from that Ether. So the main goal here is that I have to kill as much as possible, as many as possible of Volond's units so I can make him waste a lot of economy or resources. So that's the reason also why I am focusing my entire firepower against today's Ether. So once I was able to take out Ether, I am now proceeding on helping Mountain Elemental to take out the other structures of Volond, specifically the training structures. But before me focusing on those things, I need to clear out these units of Volond, so he needs to train them again. It means he will be wasting a lot of resources again. And as you can see, I instructed my fox just to destroy this catapult, but unfortunately I believe my fox will be killed first. And as you can see, I'm trying to distract Volond's entire army to focus on my army instead on this mountain elemental. As you can see, I'm buying time for me to train my troops here so I can send them right back here so I can reinforce my siege. And as you can see, I'm micromanaging Muriel and my healer so I can have more time. But yeah, once I was able to notice that there is a catapult with a lower health, I instructed my Muriel to take it down first, because catapults really do deal a lot of damage against my squishy units. And as you can see here, Mountain Elemental is doing his thing, destroying the structure, the buildings, and yeah, now I started reinforcing my entire unit, my entire army. And as you can see, I was able to successfully reinforce my army with wind mages, archers, and I believe there will be also the presence of warsmith. But unfortunately for my elemental mountain, Ether were able to use his active skill that will be able to stun him. But yeah, my elemental now is done or down. But yeah, so I have to gather my troops again, or at least to push this battle to its limits. And as you can see here, I use Muriel to take down the slaves around here, and I was able to do that. And once I was finished, I tried to move Muriel around here to make sure to kill the gold miners, but yeah, I wasn't able, so I sent out Muriel here, so I let her die so I can use my scroll so I can do a free hit against this workshop. And as you can see here, I'm really micromanaging my archers, warsmith, and my wind mage just to make sure that I'll be putting down his Ether, because if I let his Ether survive, and once his Ether were able to at least eat one of my unit, he will be able to heal again, and I don't want that. So what I would like to do is to put down Ether as soon as possible. But yeah, as you can see here, Muriel is really having a hard time on putting damage against this workshop. And now, as you can see, I'm pulling out my entire army, making sure that I'll be able to secure the treasure chest. The reason behind it is because the gold mine here in my main base is running low, so I have to make sure that I'll be able to secure resources as much as possible. But yeah, when I was able to notice that the only army wandering on this area is his eater and his jacks, I proceeded on committing on or engaging to this battle, because when it comes to the numbers of units, I am at the advantage. And as you can see, the other units from his base is now moving towards where we are trying to kill these jacks. Now we have the next elemental will be spawning here soon. And as you can see, I'm just trying to navigate through the elemental spawn area so I can claim it, so I can have the upper hand, because this fight will play a big role who will decide who is going to win, because if I fail this siege, it will be the end for me. It's because my gold mine here is already depleted, and my economy, my resources not doing good. So if my army got wiped out and Volond still do have some army left, then I'll be losing this fight. And yeah, as you can see here, I proceeded on attacking his base. My warsmith are, some of them are focused to this barracks, and some of them are focused to other buildings. But what I would like to happen is to destroy at least that catapult and then this napalm tower, so I can have more advantage, so Volond would not have any more firepower. So the only damage that I'll be taking is from this eater. So if I was able to take down this catapult, I'll be focusing now onto the eater instead, because that's the only threat that I'll be having. So since the catapult is already down and there are no longer any defense tower, I'll be focusing onto the eater, since that is the only threat present onto Volond's base. But yeah, as you can see here, at this point I was questioning myself why Volond is not yet surrendering. Maybe he were able to expand his base, me unknowingly. So I sent out my Muriel to the lower part of the map, because as you can see, he was able to have this watchtower for a long time, and I don't have any idea or clue if Volond were able to expand his base to this gold mine. But once I were able to occupy this watchtower and know that the gold mine here is untouched, I'll be sending my Muriel back to the battlefield to finish the building off. And if you're going to ask me why I did not check onto this one, because earlier I just checked onto this, if you weren't able to catch that, so that is the reason. So I think this is the end of the video, so I hope that you like it, and I hope that you learned something from it. And yeah, please make sure to like and share and subscribe the video to your friends who are new to War Legends. Alright, goodbye for now. Peace out.